Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Ram 1500 Laramie Night Edition. You guys might have a little bit of sticker shock at the end of today's video. Before we get into this, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram here in American Fork for giving me some time with this truck. Link to their website in the description down below. Link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3-liter inline-6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 469 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you've got the venting there on either side with this Night Edition package. 1500 SST there on the side as well. And then notice how the headlights are blacked out. I think that looks really sharp. I don't know. And then the grill's also blacked out as well with the Ram logo. And then you can see the fog lights there at the bottom. No tow hooks though, funny enough. Not sure why that's a thing, but there's the front. Now on the side here, our turn wheel setup is 285 by 45 by 22 in the front and over in the rear. And with the wheels blacked out just like the rest of the package, and pretty intricate spoke design with this. And you got these nice painted fender flares. You can see the Ram logos also blacked out. This one has the trailer mirrors, by the way. So these provide quite a bit more visibility. Notice the handles are also painted to match. And then it looks like this one's just the standard suspension. So not a bad setup. Now this is a crew cab with the 6'4" box, so you do have the longer bed, which is always a plus. And speaking of bed, I can lower it with the key fob. Also have a remote start, lock and unlock, Ram logo there on the back, which is nice. But quite a bit of protection here, which is always nice to have. We also have an outlet in the bed, got lighting, sliders for the tie downs. Yeah, tons of space overall. And then with the tailgate, yeah, this one has the auto raise. That's quick. Got the new taillight design, which some people like, some people aren't as fond of. Let me know your thoughts on that. And then everything's blacked out, including the exhaust tips, so that's pretty cool looking. But there's the rest of the rear. Just kidding, we also have the kick step. Can't forget about that. Now popping inside, really nice trim here up top. You can see here with the wood trim down below and the little suede insert there. And I like this with the stitching. Speaker here for the Harman Kardon sound system. And then here are the seats. Perforated, suede, all of that fancy trim that you get with the Laramie. And I think, yep, they got recline function too. Ice buckets as well. And I guess I'll just kind of push these out of the way a little bit. I'm trying to get down to here so you guys can see we've got heated seats here in the back, USB ports, no cooled seats with this one. But yeah, very spacious cab. That's one of the big benefits. I mean, you could fit 3 car seats across very easily. Just to give you guys an idea of how big these truck cabs are. And this leads us up front. So again, you've got that nice soft touch with all of the stitching, suede that goes across, memory seat functionality, all of our window controls, front to automatic. You got all of your mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in as well. Some speakers here for the sound system, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then payload capacity is 1354. This is pretty cool. It says Laramie there, perforated all down the center. All of the adjustments here on the sides, power by the way. Light controls, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable still. Got your pedal adjustments down below as well. And then this actually comes with the super fancy stitching across the dash like the Limited. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. It doesn't feel like it's leather, it's that synthetic stuff. Anyways, radio controls on the back. We have adaptive cruise control with lane centering now with these new Rams. We've got our gear limiter, drive modes, controls for the center, and then still just a traditional turn signal windshield wiper stock. And then this gets the full digital gauge cluster. So it's kind of fun how it's more customizable. But yeah, it shows you basic info, and then with the drive modes doesn't really give you a crazy animation, just lets you know what drive mode you're going into. 360 camera system in reverse, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. I think there's a bird. That's why it's beeping so much. But anyways, you can see out at different angles with the camera, so it's always a nice thing. Anyways, giant infotainment system with lots of controls built in. So controls for the climate on either side, radio controls as well. And then we've got a bunch of shortcut buttons here at the bottom of the screen. So this is still part of the screen, but stuff for the trailer brake controls, right, is integrated above trailer steering, as well as the parking sensors and all of that. So quite a bit with this whole system. But let me know what you guys think about the new screen setup. It's interesting. Transmission selector here. We've got our 4-wheel drive select 2. Notice we have 4-wheel auto as well as 4-wheel low and high, which is nice. Auto stop start. And then we've got a bunch of USB ports. That's a bunch. Wireless phone charging pad, and then you have a full outlet here. And then this does slide, so that provides some added utility. There's some more storage there. And then up top, nice trim here on the top, by the way. And then this does have the passenger screen, which I think is a waste, but that's my thought there. Laramie, and then glove box too. Camera rear view mirror with this one. And then we do have the power sliding rear window. No sunroof with this one. So 2025 Ram Laramie, and base MSRP is 64,325. Wow, lots of equipment on this one. Like the Night Edition, for example, is $3,400. 392 axle ratio. I mean, this has everything. Hands-free driving assistance, $2,495. Wow, 84,350. 84,350. This is more than the Limited, or at least more than the Limited that I recently reviewed. Let's see how it performs. Excuse me. Normally I do an exhaust clip, but I decided to save you guys from hearing a vacuum cleaner. So, all jokes aside, I thought that would be funny. This is a weird... It's not a weird truck in terms of the equipment. This truck makes sense, but it's weird Ram's new pricing scheme. It makes no sense. Like, this shouldn't be more expensive than a Limited, but it is. I mean, well, okay, so let's see the equipment that I reviewed. Let's see. Limited did not have 360, didn't have camera rear view mirror. 5.7 bed. So that is going to change the pricing a little bit. But yeah, no, this is expensive enough that you could add all of that to a Limited and you would still be like, why? For the Night Edition, I don't know. Ram's pricing scheme. Whoever's putting these prices together needs to probably get a new job, just saying. Just weird to me. But anywho, seats are comfortable, which is nice. And this new powertrain's great. I've reviewed it so many times now, and every single time I drive it, I love it. It doesn't sound as good as the Hemi, but fuel economy is really good, which is a plus for a pickup truck. And it's just smooth. It's got really good power delivery. So I think they've just absolutely nailed it. It's kind of reminds me of Toyota's Softex. Kind of what it feels like. I wonder if that's what... This is definitely not. But yeah, it's interesting to see the difference in material use that manufacturers veer towards as time goes on. Yeah, smooth. Not as smooth as air suspension that a Limited has that this doesn't. Has a similar price point, but it still gets the job done. It's really quiet. I mean, this is out of all the trucks, this is definitely the most luxury in terms of the driving experience. There's no comparison. It's not like a torque monster, but you really don't have to get into it all that much to convince it to move. Yeah, very smooth. And road noise isn't too bad, even on the highway. Do get a little bit of wind, but pretty minimal. And yeah, you can just sit at low RPMs and just ride the torque. I think that's one of the most appealing parts of the driving experience. So let's get into summing things up here for this Laramie Night Edition. I think it's a really cool truck. Again, I think that this spec makes sense. 6'4" bed, you got the tow mirrors, you got the Laramie, you got the 360 camera. Like, this is super logical. It's just the pricing that is really weird. And I don't remember, when I sold Rams, I don't remember the pricing scheme being this way, to where you can get a limited for less money than a Laramie with similar, or, you know, limited for about the same amount of money as a Laramie for some similar equipment. So I don't know, I think it's super strange. And there's some stuff in this that I think is like the passenger screen. Just get rid of that. I'd rather save the money and not have that. I'd rather have the glove box there. But let me know what you guys think about the Ram Laramie Night Edition. I still think it's a really cool package. It's just, this is a lot of money for a half-ton pickup truck with a blackout. Ultimately, it's a blackout package. I mean, Chevy has a blackout package, the Midnight Edition. It's like a couple $100. That's the other thing, is I don't know why these blackout packages with Ram are so expensive. It's thousands of dollars. I get it that it's more than Chevy's. Chevy just blacks out everything. This, I get that the hood's gonna, you know, add some cost in production, and the wheels are more expensive, and yada yada yada, but still, they could do something to bring the cost down, I'm sure. She's quick though. So let me guys think about the Ram Laramie with the Night Edition package. I think it's a really cool package. I just don't think it should be as expensive as the Limited.